consider the names of demigod like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in preference to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6. To give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. And 10 is to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. I welcome you all on this early morning Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I'm Nina from Naperville, Chicago. Devotees, please feel free to unmute yourself and say your name and give me the opportunity to welcome you all.
हरे कृष्ण नीना माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीति दासी from Salkot. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Preeti Devi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your wonderful chanting every day, Mataji. Thank you for your association. Please keep joining Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago, Illinois.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your beautiful chanting every day, Mataji, and thank you for your association, Mataji. Please keep joining Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sunil from India.
Hare Krishna, Sunil Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call every day, Prabhuji. Please keep joining us. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Thank you, Mataji, for your wonderful services to the group. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all our Guru Maharajas. All glories to your wonderful service every day, Mataji, that you do. Thank you so much for your strength and your association with us. Please keep giving us your association, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to all our Guru Maharajas everywhere. This is Prahlad Narasimha Das from Kolkata, India.
Hare Krishna, Prahlad Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Prabhuji. Please keep giving us your association. Welcome.
Hare Krishna, Nina Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, Alvu Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devdasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your wonderful association on Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Mataji. Please keep joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Nina Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devdasi from Raleigh. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, my humble obeisances at your lotus feet, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to all our Guru Maharajas, all glories to the wonderful assembled devotees here, Mataji. Please keep giving us your association. Welcome. Devotees, we are very fortunate that very soon we will be having His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj with us, and he's going to be enlightening enlightening us today on the Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. Prior to Maharaj's joining, I will take a brief moment to share a brief bio of His Holiness with you all. Here it comes. So His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj is a disciple of ISKCON founder Acharya, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj is also an initiating spiritual master within the ISKCON movement. Now, Maharaj was born in New Jersey in 1947, and Maharaj came in contact with International Society of Krishna Consciousness in Denver, Colorado at the age of 24. In 1973, he began practicing Krishna consciousness in New York City, and shortly thereafter began serving at the New Vrindavan Farm community in West Virginia. That same year, he received initiation from His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In 1986, His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj accepted the sannyas order and began preaching in Cincinnati, Columbus, Ohio. In 1985, he began serving as a resident sannyasi in Chicago, where he was based until 2013. And then he relocated to Karlovac in Croatia at Europe. At present, Maharaj offers spiritual guidance around Europe, US, and India. Maharaj has also written a book called Krishna's Way, Natural Living, about the importance of Varnashrama Dharma and spiritual ecology. That was a short, brief bio of Maharaj. It is so wonderful that shortly we will be getting his association and we'll be hearing from His Holiness. But whilst he's not yet here, I see. So Prabhuji's, Mataji's, feel free to unmute yourself and announce your name, and I can continue to welcome him. Welcome.
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Hare
all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Good Maharaj. This is Srimati Devidasi from Dallas, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Srimati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Mataji. Please keep giving us your association. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
I heard Prabhuji was also about to announce his name.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Jay Radha Madan Mohan Das. Please accept my humble obeisances. I am from India, Ujjain, trying to serve Guru Maharaj and devotees as much as possible. Please bless me and my family so that we can serve as much as possible. Hare Krishna.
How wonderful, Jai Madan Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances at Srila Sweet Prabhu. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your Guru Maharaj, Candramauli Swami Maharaj. It's so nice that you're giving your association, and Maharaj will be soon joining us. And we are all so fortunate we'll be hearing from him. Please keep joining us whenever you can. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Nina Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Mata. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for your wonderful association on Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Mataji. Please keep blessing us with your association. Welcome. We are still waiting for His Holiness to join, so don't hesitate to announce your name, and it will be my pleasure to welcome you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Kiran Asa Das Mataji from Texas, Dallas. Jai Gurudev.
Prabhuji, what was your name you said?
Hirinasa Das Mataji.
Hiridas Das. Wonderful. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet, Prabhu. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call, Prabhuji. It's devotees like you that make this platform so wonderful. Please keep joining Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you.
Devotees, we are still waiting His Holiness to join. He should be joining us shortly. And until he joins, we can continue to chant, maybe. Janva Mataji, thank you so much. Janva Mataji has written kindly um, a message to us, offering her humble obeisances to all the devotees and His Holiness. So Mataji, we acknowledge you. Please accept our humble obeisances at your lotus feet too. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much for joining Bhakti Sangha. Currently, we are waiting for His Holiness to join. He should be joining any minute. And until Maharaj joins, maybe we can continue to chant.
Guru Maharaj joined.
He joined? Oh, there. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet, Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all our Guru Maharajas. Thank you so much for your wonderful association. Maharaj, whenever you're ready, if you could kindly enlighten us. We are currently in Canto 8 and we are in chapter 16. If you could kindly speak on verse 25. Thank you, Maharaj, whenever you're ready.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Fagunashyamale pakse dwadasaham payovratam archayed arvavindaksam bhaktya paramayan vitaha. Translation. In the bright fortnight of the month of Falgun, February-March, for 12 days ending with Dwadasi, one should observe the vow of subsisting only on milk and should worship the lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport. Worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu with devotion means following Archa Marg. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sakyam Atman Nivedanam. One should install the deity of Lord Vishnu or Krishna and worship him nicely by dressing him, decorating him with flower garlands, and offering him all kinds of fruit, flowers, and cooked food, nicely prepared with ghee, sugar, and grains. One should also offer a flame, incense, and so on while ringing the bell as prescribed. This is called worship of the Lord. Here it is recommended that one should observe the vow of subsisting only by drinking milk. This is called Payovrata. As we generally perform devotional service on Ekadasi by not eating grains, it is generally recommended that on Dwadasi one not consume anything but milk. Payovrata and Archana of devotional service to the Supreme Lord should be performed with a pure devotional attitude, bhaktya. Without bhakti, one cannot worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhaktyamam abhijananti avanyas-chasmi tatvataha. If one wants to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead and be directly connected with Him, knowing what He wants to eat and how He is satisfied, one must take to the process of bhakti. Also recommended here, bhaktya paramayan vita. One should be surcharged with unalloyed devotional service. Om Gyan Timidandasya Gina Jana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimakte Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvasesa Sunyavadi Pastyatya De Satarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhischa Kripa Sindhu Eva Chapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So what we see here, for those of you who are not aware of the theme, the demons have attacked the heavenly planets, and by the power of Bali Maharaj, they have overshadowed easily demigods. In fact, the demigods fled out of the heavenly planets because of Bali Maharaj's power. And now they left their homes, everything. Now the demons have taken over the heavens. Aditi, she is the mother of the demigods. She's lamenting all of the previous verses before. Some of them describe her lamentation about how her sons are no longer in possession of their home, families, society, everything. And when Kashyapa, her husband, comes, he sees her lamentation, and then she explains, and he says, just see how amazing it is that how one can be so much afflicted by bodily connections. And then he wants to pacify her, of course. He is the perfect husband. So he says the only one who can solve the problem is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you must perform this Rata for 12 days ending with Dwadasi. And you should observe the vow of subsisting only on milk and should worship the lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead with all devotion. So now this is what's beginning, and then you'll see in the next few verses. And then, of course, she successfully executes the Vrata, the Payo Vrata. And at the end, the Supreme Lord appears as Vamanadev. So that's where we are here. Prabhupada dedicates the whole to the whole purport in describing deity worship, especially for householders. And he's describing how one should perform deity worship. Everything should be done nicely, opulently. Opulent means, in other words, gorgeously, and using flowers. Flowers are nature's gift for decorations. Various types of fruit, and cooked food, and then prepared in what? Ghee. Sometimes people say, oh, ghee. Prabhupada started our movement on the basis of that. In all of the temples that we had in our movement, everyone cooked with ghee at all the time. There was no other oil used. And devotees were happy, healthy, and energized. After some time, when Prabhupada left, the influence of other ideas started to come in, and people started to bring in different kinds of oils and various reasons why ghee is too expensive. And now we have what we say, a lower class of prasadam given by our temples. And some of these oils, I did a little research on some of the oils that are available and that people use. They actually cause artery blocks. I did the research with reputable doctors who are both devotees in the spirit in the Krishna conscious society and outside. We found that one of the biggest causes of heart attacks are blocked arteries caused by eating these different oils. These different oils are not really healthy. Even if you eat too much of them, you're going to have so many problems like diabetes and various other problems. But, when people are attached to their own ideas and they give reasons why, of course, some temples are very strict and still follow Prabhupada, and others do not. But here, it's mentioned here how important it is. With sugar, people used to say sugar is actually bad for you. And devotees were taking sugar out of the kitchens in the temples and were replacing it with other kinds of substitutes, sweet substitutes. Prabhupada, when he heard about this, he became quite upset. And one time, two of the devotees who are the leaders of a group of people who were anti-sugar, he called them into his room, and before he called them into the room, Prabhupada called for a bowl of sugar, raw white sugar, and some porries. And while he was talking to them, he was dipping the porries into the sugar and eating them straight, just to send a message. And he says, Krishna likes sugar, so you may decide to not take sugar. I can't force you to do that. But Krishna, you can't, take it away from the Supreme Personality of Godhead's diet. So then Prabhupada became strong on that, very strong. And then everything went back to normal after a while. And then Prabhupada talks about worship here also. And then interesting, he says that one should, on the Dwadasi day, which is the day following Ekadasi, one should live only on milk. We don't hear that so much in any of our temples. In fact, I never heard it until I read it in Bhagavatam. But it's mentioned here, like that. Go down the purport and see what else Prabhupada says here. Okay, keep it right there. And Prabhupada says, but the most important thing is everything should be done with bhakti. One cannot worship the Lord without bhakti. What is bhakti? Bhakti amam avijananti yavanyaschasmi tattvataha. Only by bhakti am I pleased. Bhakti means you have a strong desire to please the Lord by performing the activities that are favorable to worshiping the Lord. Both things we have to be guided by the favorable activities, and you should be giving all of your attention, time, energy, and quality in making everything nice for the offerings of the Lord. Just like we see that in the world, if someone has affection for another person, say the person's been away for a while, they want to bring them, and they want to invite them to their home. It may be their husband that's been away or a relative. And then they make everything nice. They cook their favorite meal. They decorate the house up really nicely. They welcome them with, hugs and smiles and very favorable greetings. So we do that in society. That's normal. People do that. So, but when we see the deity, we think the deity is only a statue. And we can do, we can just put together something, and that'll be good enough. And, he'll eat it because he has to. But that's not bhakti. Bhakti means with affection, with love, with the desire to please the Lord. Abhyavilasita sunyam, jnana karmanadavritam, anukulena Krishna silanam, bhakti uttamam. Lord Rupa Goswami gives the definition of bhakti. Should be free from any gain from personal desire. Should be free from any desire for gain through philosophical speculation. Should be done for Krishna with a desire to please Krishna. That is bhakti. There's 4 principles there that are mentioned. Sometimes we do something for Krishna because we want some benefit from the activity, or we want to enjoy the results ourselves. And what happens? We're not really performing bhakti. We're mixing it with karma yoga because we want something. But bhakti is free from any personal motivations. Like if you're doing devotional service and you want to get paid for doing devotional service, then it's not devotional service, it's karma yoga. Bhakti is free from any form of personal gain. You can't change the definition just because people have a different attitude or idea. It doesn't work, and the results will be different. Now, this is Krishna consciousness. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Bhoktamam Yagya Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwara. Suhitam Sarvadehinam Yantramam Shantamrichdati. This verse from the Bhagavad Gita is called the verse that gives peace to the devotee. Knowing that Krishna is the source of everything, he is the supreme enjoyer, he is the supreme controller, and he is the best friend and well-wisher of the devotees. And serving him in that mood means you'll be free from any anxiety. Because to please Krishna is not hard. It takes 2 things. One, following the instructions of the spiritual master, like we see here, Prabhupada gives us the prescription on how to do devotional service here. Dressing him nicely, decorating him, and then offering nice foodstuffs accordingly, and adding the desire to please. Oh, my dear Lord, please accept my offering. Please be pleased with what I can offer to you. And Krishna doesn't need any of the things that we're offering him, but he's accepting the bhakti. That's why it's mentioned here. One should be charged with unalloyed, means unmixed devotional service, free from karma, jnana, yoga, or any tinge of material desire in devotional service. That is bhakti. Bhakti is pure. Bhakti is the internal energy of the Lord. Bhakti is personified by Srimati Radharani. She is Bhakti Devi. So if we follow this process, especially for those who are householders, says those who live with household in the house with a family, husband, wife, they live in a home, they should install deities in their home if they can. Otherwise, they can worship the Lord with various types of pictures, make a nice altar, make it clean, decorate it very nicely, and then do a regular worship by whatever food you eat. You offer it according to time, do an arching to worship the deity, like that. And Prabhupada makes it very clear, especially for those who live in Grihastha life, if they don't do that, then they're falling down in devotional services guaranteed. That's the actual statement given by Prabhupada. So it's incumbent, it's mandatory that those who are practicing devotional service in household life must worship the deity. And if they can't worship the deity at home, then they should at least go to the temple every day and spend some time during the arti and accepting some prasadam from the deity, offering our prayers to the deity, offering our obeisances to the deity, like that. And that'll be comparable to worshiping the deity every day. So this is Krishna consciousness, and the deity is the mercy manifestation of the Lord. He comes, he doesn't have to, but he comes simply to satisfy those who need to see him in order for him to worship. When we see the deity is Krishna, it's none different than Krishna. Arche Vishnu Siladi, Gurushu Normati, Vaishnavai Jati Bhuti. Those who think the deity is made out of some material elements and see him that way, their intelligence is coming from hell. That's the actual statement, Naraki. So, but actually the deity is Krishna, not a representation. And therefore, we should take the opportunity to visit the temple. If the temple is too far away, then establish some home worship if you can, or get together with some of your other devotees in the local area and make a little temple in one of the homes and worship together each day. There are many ways you can devise worship, but it is important. And then when we chant the holy names, we will get the mercy of the chanting because we are worshiping the Lord nicely in his deity form. When Lord Chaitanya was giving instructions to Srila Rupa Goswami in Prayag, Allahabad, for 10 days, he included the 5 most important forms of the devotional service. He called it the 5 most potent forms of devotional service. That is chanting the holy names, hearing, reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day, associating and serving devotees, worshiping the form of the Lord, the deity in the temple, and living in a holy place. So these are the 5 most potent forms of devotional service. So if we can do at least 2, or maybe even all 4 of them, then our devotional service will be fixed, accelerated nicely. Okay, so here we get a little insight on how to serve the Lord nicely in his deity form.
Thank you, Maharaj, for such a wonderful class and giving us so lovingly the instructions, like how we should pray to Krishna without any personal motive, how we should really consider the deity at home, not a representation, the pictures of Krishna as real Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj. Devotee, the forum is open for your question. Please feel free to unmute yourself or raise your hand. And Maharaj is right here. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. I have one question. Dhanvat Pranam Maharaj. It was wonderful lecture from you. I'm so fortunate to hear. I want to understand more about Dwadashi, as you mentioned, like you can only stay on milk. I was not aware of this. And this 5 kind of bhaktis, as you mentioned, can you explain more?
I can't explain the milk statement because I've only read it in that one place in Bhagavatam.
Uh-huh.
I didn't, Srila Prabhupada hasn't, at least I know Srila Prabhupada hasn't spoken that in his lectures, but he wrote it in the books. So that means it's important. I don't know any devotee who follows it. There may be some who follow it. I don't. I wasn't aware of it so much. It says the word is recommended. It's not, that means you have to do it, but it's, in other words, if you do it, there will be benefit, spiritual benefit. Just like
Yeah.
we say there's things to do that are recommended that will help you in your spiritual life. So what was the second question?
5 kind of bhaktis, like chanting, as you
Yeah.
mentioned. Yeah, can you elaborate little bit in detail so we can study our bhakti?
Well, I think they're self-explanatory. Chant the holy names every day, both kirtan and japa. Hear Srimad Bhagavatam. We're doing that right now, every day. Either read it or hear it. Take some opportunity to serve devotees. Go to the temple, look for opportunities to serve devotees, invite devotees into your home. Go to the homes of other devotees, have programs associating with devotees. Go on yatras, go on pilgrimages. These are all ways to serve devotees. What is that? Worshipping the deity. And so if you can't install a deity in your home, maybe usually we allow people to have deities in the homes once they're initiated. Before then, we let them worship in the form of pictures. You can set up a nice, beautiful altar, keep it clean, set up pictures of Srila Prabhupada, spiritual masters, a disciplic succession, like that. Do a little, offer a little incense, a little water, some flowers. That's nice. And then, or else you could go to the temple each day, maybe in the morning or in the evening, for a half hour, an hour, just take part in the arati. And living in the holy place means, and that is not always easy to perform, but living in the holy place means can be extended. One is that there are holy places all over the world that are designated as holy places. Living in the temple is living in a holy place where the worship of the Supreme Lord is going on. Make your home a temple and then worship the Lord there. And then your home becomes like a holy place when the deity becomes the most important focus of all of your activities. You pray to the deity, you offer your food to the deity, you put him to rest, you wake him up, you do the arti. These are all. Well, if you perform that every day in your home, then your home is no longer a house. It's not a place where you just eat and sleep. It's a place where you're worshiping the Supreme Lord. So that's an extended version of the definition of holy places.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That was a wonderful explanation, because I was always wondering like how to visit holy place, because that's not feasible every time.
Yeah, but once a year we should leave
Yeah.
our home and go to a holy place.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam,
Yeah.
pranam. Hare Krishna.
Sunil Prabhuji, you have a question?
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Oops. Sorry.
You
Prabhuji,
know
can you
what?
unmute?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much, beautiful class. Maharaj, can you say a little bit more about deities? I heard that when we go to see deities, we should see for them. Maharaj, what I'm doing is just glancing at the deities. That's it. Not even seeing them for 5-10 minutes. I don't have attraction for deities, Maharaj, that much. For me, temple is near only, but I'm not even going.
Chant the holy name. You do that?
Yes, Maharaj.
16 rounds?
Yes, Maharaj.
Well, you can worship Krishna by chanting the holy names. Are you married?
No, Maharaj, not yet.
Okay, so then you're not a grihasta. So grihastas must worship the deity every day. But if you're not a grihasta, then you can at least offer your food to the Lord, chant the holy names, invite devotees to come to your house, go to the temple and take part in the kirtans there. If you're not attracted to deity worship, at least you should know that Krishna is there in the form of the deity. Offer your
Yes, Maharaj.
offer your pranams, and that's it. Be respectful, just like you're respectful to other people. Be respectful to the Lord also.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
You don't have to really get into an elaborate worship program.
Thank you so much, Maharaj.
Okay, Haribol Sunil.
Maharaj, there is a question on the chat where Radha Jyoti Mataji is asking, Mataji, Maharajji, could you please teach us how deity worship can affect japa?
Well, you're purifying yourself through the worship of the Lord. This is one of the angas of bhakti. It's called archanam. It's mentioned in the verse that there are 9 ways that one can perform devotional service. One is called archanam. Archanam means worshiping the deity. So if you're doing archanam, of course, you must chant the holy names because in this age, that is the means for self-realization. So you're supporting your chanting by doing other forms of worship, reading Bhagavatam, worshiping the deity, serving the Vaishnavas, taking only Krishna prasadam, food offered. These things support the quality of your chanting because chanting is the essence ultimately. It's automatic. The explanation comes, or the experience, the understanding comes by the experience. Be expert in one of the 9 angas of devotional service. Prabhupada said, if you're just chanting Hare Krishna and you're not following the rest of the processes, then your bhakti will be very slow. The other processes are supportive, and also they energize too. And they're also means for self-realization, but chanting is the essence.
Wonderful answer, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Pralananda Prabhu, you have a question?
Mataji, Danvat Pranam to all Vaishnavas and Maharaj. I don't have a question, Mataji. I just wanted to add little reflection as a householder, what we do here at home. One thing I wish to add is that we should also have Tulsi Mata in our even worship. Should have Tulsi Mata in our house or backyard, wherever we can keep her. And do Tulsi Puja, also offer Tulsi leaf when we are offering cooked food or fruits to the deities like that. And another thing is we should keep our kitchen very meticulously clean, all right? And another one thing very important is onion garlic. those things should never come into our house. Right? Because these things are tamsi food, Lord, never be offered to Lord Krishna. We should never touch them. Even if we are accustomed to eating that, when we should stop doing that. Another thing, we should not eat food outside cooked by others as far as possible. And if you are traveling or something, it's best to take fruits when you are outside like that. And if possible, take a little bit of utensils and other things where you can go and cook a little bit of khichdi or like that. So this is what I just wanted to reflect, and this is what we practice at our home, Mata. So I just wanted to add like that. So that's all. Dhanvat Pranam again. Thank you for allowing me to speak, Mata. Very well.
This is very helpful. Yeah. He's given an example how to practice purely. This is nice. Yeah, especially onions and garlic. They're in the lower modes of material energy and they can't be offered to the Lord.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing. It was wonderful. Yeah, how you mentioned so nicely, take your own utensils if needed when you're traveling, try not to eat out. Yes. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Krishna mentions in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 17th chapter, verses 8 through 10, foods in the different categories, foods in the mode of goodness, foods in the mode of passion, foods in the mode of ignorance. And foods in the mode of ignorance and passion cannot be offered to the Lord. Only foods in the mode of goodness, which are milk products, milk products, grains, vegetables, fruits, legumes, like that. These are things that can be offered to the Lord. There's a nice variety, and from milk you can make hundreds of preparations. There's no limit with how many different varieties you can devise. Keeping the kitchen clean is very, very important. When Prabhupada would come into the temple, sometimes he would go into the kitchen to cook. And if the kitchen was not wasn't spotlessly clean, he would have it cleaned before he did any cooking at all. So cleanliness is a very high principle of worship, especially for the deities, and in general, of course. Sometimes I go to people's houses and they have so much junk stashed under their beds, inside of their cupboards, inside of they don't even know they have it. It's just like piled up. You opened up a cupboard and you get an avalanche of stuff falling on your head. And there's so much junk. And they use it, and the place is dirty. Just like today, we were moving a bed. We moved the bed about a 1 inch. And in that 1 inch, we found a ton of dirt in that one section of the bed. I was thinking, what's under the bed there? There's probably a whole gamut of desert animals hiding in there. So it's like, why don't we take time to clean? Cleanliness is godliness. It's very important. Prabhupada was very, very strong to make sure that devotees understand what it means to practice Krishna consciousness and coming up to a certain standard of cleanliness. And if you know some really advanced devotees in our movement, they're very clean, super clean, inside, outside, everywhere. Very important. And if you want to keep away disease, that's one way too. As soon as you allow dust and dirt and things, then you can't understand. Sometimes you get sick and you don't know why. Dirt attracts bacteria. Bacteria develops, and then you have disease all around. Clean. Go through your house every inch of the house, under the bed, in the closets, in the drawers. Get rid of stuff you don't need. Give it away to somebody who could use it, or at least put it in boxes and put it out in the garage or somewhere else. But don't keep it. This is the age of junk. There's so much junk on the market, and people are buying everything. They use it once or twice, throw it in the closet and forget about it. You open up a person's refrigerator, sometimes they say, oh, I asked for something. They say, go to the refrigerator and get it. And I open the refrigerator. You can't see anything because it's so filled. And I say, where is it? Oh, they say, you're in the wrong refrigerator. There's another refrigerator. Half opened, somebody's half finished sandwich that's been there since Attila the Hun was on the planet. I'm serious. I'm not just exaggerating. We're trying to be facetious. You see, people, you can't believe what you see in refrigerators. They eat a half a pie, throw it in there, and forget about it, or something. It's just like when I come into places. Usually, I do some cleaning. Sometimes, most of the times, I do. Sometimes people get disturbed. Oh, Swamiji, no, you shouldn't do that. I said, yeah, I won't do it, but you better do it, because if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. Anyway, cleanliness is so important. So important. It's one of the 4 principles of Dharma: austerity, cleanliness, truthfulness, and austerity, cleanliness, truthfulness, and mercifulness. These are the 4 principles of Dharma.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. We cannot stress enough the importance of cleanliness. It's so important, yes. Jai Radha Radha Mohan Prabhu. I'm so sorry. Jai Radha Madan Mohan Prabhuji, if you could kindly pose your question to His Holiness.
Jai Radha Madan Mohan Ki Jai.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I just had a question. I have heard that when we go to Mangal Aarti, or when we attend the Aarti in the temple, it is not only the the person who is already only worship. If we are also there, then we are also worshipping Lord. So the question is like, I used to try my best to go to Mangal Aartis every day, but sometimes I miss to go. So should I always try to worship deities at home as well, or the day I'm not able to go there, should worship at the home? Like, what should I do?
You can do some simple worship. In other words, try to connect yourself with the morning program in some way or other. Yeah.
Okay.
You should think, what is a day without morning sadhana, morning worship? It's like getting out. It's getting out of bed and getting half dressed and going out. You're not fully dressed. Same thing.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj.
Maharaj, just to piggyback on Prabhuji's question, so did you say that the day we are going into the temple for Mangal Arati, time permitting, if we don't have time to worship our home deities or home pictures, we can do it another time, or can we let that go on that day?
Well, try to do it at another time of the during the same day. If you can't follow the time schedule that you have set, then just do it sometime later in the day or sometime before you take rest. It's like we don't we chant 16 rounds, and it's recommended to chant 16 rounds early, but for some reason it doesn't work or it's impossible. So you have to take an early flight or you have to go out early. You just put the rounds somewhere later in the day. So same way with other things too. But don't let the day pass. And if you somehow are unsuccessful, then just do more worship the next day. So you should be sincere. The whole idea is to be sincere, to follow the principles as given. And that sincerity connects you with the spiritual master and with Krishna.
Very nice, Maharaj. Thank you so much. Devotees, do we have any further questions? There are lots of... Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Krishna Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. Oh, Krishna Shila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for your wonderful instructions, Maharaj. I know you always instruct us about the cleanliness everywhere in the temple and the DT room and the kitchen, other places.
Yeah. You know, when I come into your kitchen, you know what I do.
We try our best, Maharaj, but your standards are very high.
My standards are normal. Prabhupada said when cooking and cleaning should go on simultaneously. When Prabhupada would cook, sometimes he would cook the whole offering. When he was done, there was nothing to clean. Everything was cleaned already. That takes some expertise on how to do that, but if you practice, you'll learn how to do both at the same time. Your son's doing really good. I meet him now in Mumbai.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj.
I'm really happy. He's really enthusiastic for devotional service.
Thank you, Maharaj. Please bless him.
Yeah, everyone's happy to see his enthusiasm. He serves nicely and gets along with devotees.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Good fruit.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Good fruit comes from good trees.
Wonderful.
Maharaj.
Maharaj, we have a question from Shiv Kumar Prabhuji. He's writing, Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Thank you, Maharaj, for the class and your association today. Maharaj, you talked about how we invite a guest and serve them sincerely to please. Same way we should serve the deity as Supreme Lord. Now, when we are alone, how do we experience the reciprocation as Krishna accepts whatever prasadam we prepare? Unlike when we have devotees or family members around, we get the reciprocation from them in terms of some feedback on how do they relish the prasadam. So how can we make Krishna talk to us?
He's more present than anybody in your life. He's in your heart. He's in the deity. He's in the pictures. He's in the process of your devotional service. You just serve the best you can. That's all. With a desire to please, knowing that he's pleased if you have that mood. That's all. And you'll also feel happy if you're doing it in that right mood. There'll be a sense of happiness that'll come. That inspires you to keep going. When you're just trying to get something done so you can go to the next thing, then you're becoming less personal in your activities.
Wonderful. Sri Devi Mataji, you have a question for His Holiness?
I have another program coming up. In fact, they're waiting for me right now to start the program. So if there's any more, Sri Devi had a question.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take Sri Devi's question and then we can conclude here.
Please accept my humble obeisances, dear Guru Maharaj. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. As you spoke about Anya Bhilashita Shunyam, and you described about the 4 items, 4 principles in that verse, I was thinking about without any personal motivation. Now that's pretty much of a challenge for us in Kali Yuga, especially because maybe on the gross level, we may not try to swindle people or cheat them, etc. But what about on the subtle level? I make I do some nice devotional service, and then I make sure that everybody knows about it. Or I do some devotional service and the press comes and I make sure I'm standing next to the chief guest so that all my photographs are splashed all over. I mean, things like that, for subtle attention seeking, or how do we overcome those things, because we may not even be aware that those things are there?
Well, this statement is pure devotional service. You can't expect that pure devotional service will manifest every time you perform an activity. Sometimes you act in a pure way, and sometimes you act with some of those subtle tendencies. But if you stay focused on the principles that make up pure devotional service and act accordingly, then after a while it becomes more natural. Then you start to get the reciprocation that I'm happy simply to serve. And then you start feeling satisfaction, not about anything in the background, but the activity itself. So it's a process. Sometimes we serve purely, sometimes we serve less purely. But don't give up because you haven't reached purity in all stages. It's just it's a process of development. But be aware.
So just be like really careful and try your best, and even if it doesn't come up to the standard, keep trying to attain that purity, like that.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Purity, when it becomes fixed, then it's something that's developed. It's not something that is just manifests. You can do pure devotional service at any time, but when it becomes continuous, then that's Krishna consciousness.
Thank you so much, Guru Maharaj. My obeisances.
Hari Hari. Okay, thank you very much for your wonderful association. We had we had about 70 devotees online today. This is very nice. See so many people come forward. We have to give all credit to this Bhakti Sangha group here. It's been going on so long, inviting so many devotees to come and hear about Srimad Bhagavatam, discuss Srimad Bhagavatam.
Let us offer our humble obeisances at Maharaj's lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srimad ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। चंद्रमौली स्वामी महाराज की
की
जय।
जय। His Holiness Candramauli Swami Maharaj ki jai. Thank you,
you so much.
Maharaj, for beautiful
Thank you
class.
so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
Thank you very much.